Well, I was just like talking with my student. It's kind of been pissing me off. I think Helen Keller's full of.
Okay.
Is she still alive?
She's dead.
Oh no, she's long gone.
She's been dead for quite a few years, actually.
But like, I don't know. They say she did all these great things. You know,
What did she do?
Oh, she was deaf and blind.
She flew a plane.
How do you operate deaf and blind?
Who let her fly a plane?
Pilot. Somebody who owned the plane.
Is that serious? Like actually?
Oh yeah. No, okay. First of all, right?
How blind was
Helen
she?
Keller jokes out there, but she really did. She flew a plane. She learned to talk. Is it a great movie about Helen Keller that we watched in like second grade?
Skeptical.
It's not a great movie.
Did she fly a plane, or did they put like the blow up airplane guy?
Oh no,
next to her to do it.
There's pictures of her flying a plane. Yeah.
It's like when the kid drives a car, you put him in the front seat, let him touch the wheel.
Oh, it might have been a two-seater thing like that.
Definitely. I mean,
she didn't have a pilot's license. She wasn't an airline pilot. She flew like a single-engine Cessna with some other guy who was a trained pilot.
Okay.
But at some point, they gave her the joystick and said, "Go ahead." Well, they didn't say that.
Keep it in. I don't know.
Imagine her dogfighting at Dunkirk.
So they used to, obviously sign language, right? So her interpreter taught her a way to sign in the palm of her hand. So you say, okay, here's the letter and all this stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was not. I didn't mean to do that.
Right. So the interpreter taught it. Did you see that?
Hey, now.
So what was your qualms with Helen Keller?
How blind and deaf was she really? If she's doing all these great things,
I would say blind enough to not be able to see, and deaf enough to not be able to hear.
How do you know? You don't
know.
You don't know.
Well,
you don't know.
You can't see through her eyes.
Snap. No, you can't. That's true.
I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion.
Fair enough. Well, we'll never know.
So you think she could? You think it was all a big?
I think it was a big. Oh, look at her. I think they either prompted her up. She didn't do all these great things, or she wasn't that deaf and wasn't that blind. Maybe a little bit.
I have heard.
I heard a little astigmatism.
Maybe like 50%.
Well, I'm curious where you land on this because I heard this theory
let me hear.
recently, and I guess it's a thing.
Okay.
People don't think Stevie Wonder's blind.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what?
Where do you sit
Stevie,
on that?
I like Stevie Wonder. I get a good vibe from him. I don't think he would lie to the public.
Mm-hmm. Andrea Bocelli, also blind.
I've seen him. He's blind.
Yeah.
He's looking around. He's got no idea what's going on. That guy. He's touching things.
But he's a great singer. One of the best.
Yeah, sure.
One of the best.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess the difference is that Helen Keller was not only blind, but was also deaf. So when she was born, she couldn't see or hear. How do you?
It's a tough mix.
Yeah, it's a rough one, huh?
That's it for me.
How do you even know you exist?
That's what I'm saying. How'd she do all these great things?
God, that's a
You gotta have
statement.
one. You gotta have one.
But you can still feel. I guess that's the only way. Yeah, that's so
like
weird. You don't know
silence.
what anything looks like.
You're feeling
Or
silence.
sounds like.
Yeah.
You can't, like, there's
How do you move?
nothing.
You know why? When you see subtitles on a movie
No, you don't
or a
see them if
show-
you're Helen.
Sorry, say I'm deaf.
No movies
and
for
I
Helen.
see a subtitle. It says birds chirping. How do I know what birds chirping sounds like?
Fair.
Unless you had hearing at one point and then lost it.
Oh, there you go.
That's the only way.
Yeah, I guess so.
Have either of you ever been in a situation where you're like a movie theater, right? We talk about movies, watching movies all the time. So you go to watch a movie for the first time with someone. It could be a significant other, it could be a friend, whatever. But you go to watch it. Both your first time watching this.
Sonic
Neither of you know about it. The person who you go with starts asking you questions about the movie you're watching, as if you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, who's that? Well, what do they do? Well, what's their thing?
Right.
What's going on there?
Joe.
Let me tell you, I don't know. I know as much as you do. That's how I feel.
I have that issue though more with like if I'm watching something with Allie and she'll ask me
At home.
and I'm like, just watch it.
Oh,
You know,
my
even
God.
if I have seen it before, like why are you asking? Like you're gonna find out eventually.
Yeah.
The question, why? Yeah, exactly. Why?
Yeah.
You know what? Look it up. Watch it. Why? Worse. And I don't know if Allie does this with you. I don't know if any of your millions of exes have done this with you. But any time when someone says, "Well, you want to watch a show, right?" You put on or whatever you want to watch a show, and you put on something. Oh, I don't want to watch that. Oh, okay, all right, no problem. I watch a lot of my own stuff. What would you like to watch? They suggest it, and 10 minutes later, they're sitting there on the phone.
Oh, dude, my mom's the worst with that.
Let me tell you something.
She's really bad. My mom will like look up things during it. Like she like something pops up, she looks it up. Like she was watching some biopic the other day about some guy, and she looked it up, and I'm watching it, and she's like, "Oh wow, he died of tuberculosis at 35." I'm like, watching the movie. We're gonna find out in an hour. You know, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh, the actor, you mean, or like
no,
the,
like
a
it's
biopic.
a biopic about a real
Oh,
person,
my
and then
God.
she just says that. I'm like, all
why?
right.
And then even if you see that information, why say it out loud?
Well, the worst thing my dad ever did to me was Sopranos. Spoilers for Sopranos, if anyone hasn't watched.
No,
Is I'm
what did he
watching,
do?
I don't know, season 5, and fucking
Adriana.
Adriana comes in.
No, he didn't do
and
that.
She just
to
lit in
you.
a scene. He's like, oh, they haven't whacked her yet.
Jesus Christ!
I love that. That's awesome.
Nice.
What a waste of 5 seasons of content.
So yeah, that's
It was a
fun.
big moment. When
He
they
doesn't
whacked her.
understand spoilers. He's
For
just
him,
like,
it's just whatever.
if I know, I'm watching it anyway.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
see.
yeah.
You know, I also can't stand people who who say things to me like when I'm like, "Oh, have you ever seen The Sopranos?" As an example, they go, "I've seen a few episodes."
Yeah. What does that mean?
What does that mean? There's 8 seasons of the show. What do you mean you saw a few episodes? Would you see like a season 3, a season 6, and a
Yeah.
season 2? What are you talking about? A few episodes? How do you do that? I don't understand. It's a story. So you can't pick up. You can't start. And then those are the
Yeah.
same fucking people, by the way. Not to go completely off here, but I don't know if you can tell, Matt, this shit really bugs me.
No, it's time.
These are the same people who say like, "Oh, I don't know if I really like the show." You started at season 4.5.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You got to start everything at the very beginning.
The only one where that's okay is like when I was a kid growing up, I never watched Seinfeld like start to finish. I just watched what was
That's
on
a
TV.
sitcom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like with sitcoms, it's an exception.
Yeah,
You
100%.
know? Yeah.
100%. Yeah, no. If you're watching anything with a budget, like anything that's like halfway decent, you got to start it from the beginning, or you can't watch
Yeah.
it. You go to a movie theater and be like, "Oh, the movie started an hour ago. Let's go catch the second half."
Yeah.
It's
Doesn't make
mind-boggling, dude.
It is.
I just can't stand it.
A lot of minds getting boggled, right?
Boggled.
Isn't that a game? Like,
Boggled. Oh,
Boggled.
yeah, boggle. Oh, yeah.
boom, right?
Dang.
Yeah.
Words.
What was this,
All right.
1998? Start the fucking show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Movie Mob Podcast, episode 43. Back here in studio, it's RJ, joined by Matt, Nick behind the camera. We got a stacked episode this week. We haven't had a lot of big news topics recently, and we got slammed this week, so I'm excited to get into it. The first one coming out of HBO, we got a new Game of Thrones series in development. Obviously, House of the Dragon came out last year. We loved it. We reviewed it. Check that out if you haven't watched it. Now rumors are coming out that they're trying to develop a series around Aegon the Conqueror. And the rumor is right now is it would start as a film that would lead into a series. I don't know if this film would be theatrical or on HBO Max, but it sounds like it's in very early stages, no writer attached. But to me, this seems like a no-brainer. They probably should have started the House of the Dragon series with him and just went forward, but they're going to do it now. Matt, what do you think about this?
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they have House of the Dragon. Now they got this, you tell me. And John Goodwin texted me. I don't know how true it is. Like, did John still got the Jon Snow show maybe on the back
It's been
burner?
teased by Kit Harington, yeah.
You know, I would say tread lightly, RJ.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Because I'm the biggest game. I was actually thinking about Game of Thrones today and how I was literally, I'm not kidding you, I was eating my oatmeal, you know, ready to go to work. And I was just thinking about, wow, they had it perfect lined up. And I
Yeah.
was getting angry. Every once in a
Drop
while, I
the
just
ball.
get angry. And I don't know. Fucking House of the Dragon's awesome. And I feel like, you know, they're getting a little cocky here.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, be careful. They're feeling themselves a little bit. So, like, House of the Dragon is an amazing show. They hit. Like, it's high quality. You know what I mean? And obviously Game of Thrones was amazing. I guess if you have a great idea and a great, you know, director, a great script and everything, you know, I would say don't half-ass it. You know, you got to go all kind of like you did House of the Dragon. Because I feel like that's when they got too cocky, that's when they kind of lost people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Season 7, they're like, all right, we get the world, but it doesn't matter what we do, everyone's going to love it. And you lost everyone. House of the Dragon's like, all right, we kind of need to regain the trust of the public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everyone was so skeptical. Like, if that House of the Dragon came out and those first 2 episodes sucked, they probably would have lost everyone.
Well, it's kind of like Force Awakens. They tried to regain the Star Wars community.
And they did.
They did, and then they fucking just ruined it.
Exactly.
You know?
I would say just, you know, tread lightly.
Yeah.
You
Now,
know?
what do you think about the idea of them starting with a movie?
I think, yeah, that's another one.
That's
I don't know.
interesting.
That's fucking, I don't think that's very smart, to
That
be
to me
honest.
sounds like, oh, we could make a ton of money if we released a movie and then set up a series.
Well, how many people, can you just see it? Oh, I started the show, I didn't see the movie. Or I
Right.
watched the movie, I didn't, you know what I mean? Just fucking
That
why?
is, I don't like that. No,
know what I mean?
especially when a series, you can flesh things out more.
Just if you really want to do it like that, just make like an hour and a half fucking pilot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or something. Like, I agree. Flush it out more. I don't understand
Now,
it.
maybe,
Okay.
Nick, I want to get your thoughts on this. We've been talking a lot about Henry Cavill. He's out of The Witcher.
Oh, I know, buddy. I was going there.
If
Go
they're
ahead.
doing a movie, maybe could that play a role? Maybe Cavill wants to be on the big screen as Aegon. You know, what do you think of that, Nick?
I still like Cavill as a Baratheon, personally.
Oh, me too. That'd be good. With
But
the
you know
beard.
what? I say that now, and then after watching House of the Dragon, I kind of take that back a little bit because he is so. And yes, you can put any actor. Look at The Whale. You can put any actor in
Right.
any makeup. Look at Colin Farrell in Penguin, right? You can put any actor in any makeup and change him up. But I don't want to see Cavill in anything other than the clean-cut Superman look that he is, or The Witcher too. He was still pretty clean-cut.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous.
Oh, same.
I'm nervous, man, because it's, HBO, please watch this show. And not just this episode.
And sponsor it. Yeah.
That would be lovely. But not just this episode. Go back. All we do is suck off HBO. If to put it in a rude way. We love HBO. And I'm really scared that because of the success of House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones too, but House of the Dragon specifically, because with Game of Thrones or with the beginning of any series, you don't really know. Like if you look at the Game of Thrones world universe as a series in and of itself, Game of Thrones, all of the seasons combined, is like a season 1 of that. No one had ever seen anything on any screen that had to deal with that universe, right? And then House of the Dragon, the reprise, when they brought it back, they didn't know, especially after the fallout from season 8.
Yeah, right.
And the way that everything ended and people were fucking pissed. They brought House of the Dragon back and it was like, they hit it, dude, they hit it hard. You know what I mean? And that makes me nervous.
Right.
Because now, instead of just riding that wave, we have a prequel. House of the Dragon is a prequel series to Game of Thrones. The fuck are we doing?
Well, so here's my thing. If they're going to do this, I think they should wait till House of the Dragon's over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, think about it this way. If you had 2 Targaryen shows
That's
going
stupid.
at once, that's going to
Stupid.
confuse people. Oh,
That's
this one's
stupid.
300 years this way. This one's 100 years before this one. I think it's too much.
Also, dude, you lose like interest. You know what I mean? Like part of like it's like an album build up, dude. Like not to like it's not a perfect comparison, but like Kendrick Lamar, dude, he comes out with an album once every 4 or 5 years. But dude, the album is so the quality is so high and it's incredible every time, and he has that respect. Versus like a guy like Drake who's like good, but he comes out with an album every year, dude. Like I bet you ask like an average they couldn't even name every Drake out. You know what I mean? Because there's fucking so many of them. It doesn't have the same cultural impact. Like Drake's dropping another album, whatever. I'll listen to it when I get a chance. Versus you do it every so often, it fucking
appointment television.
It means more.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't disagree. I was just gonna go off of that. Go ahead.
No, go.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I totally agree. It's not like they have to wait years in between the stuff too, but ride the wave a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you're having success with what you're doing. Why do you have to change it? This is a change up, even though it's the same universe. Maybe we'll do a film. Why?
Yeah.
I love that. Was like
money.
Again, every now and then, and this is why I love having Matt on the show. But like every now and then, Matt says something that's like super executive producer status to me. Like, why would you not just make an 1.5-hour pilot? Why do we need it to be a movie?
Good point.
Thank you.
I think,
You know what I'm saying? Because they already do the 1.5-hour pilot with a lot of these shows.
Last
when they're
of Us.
trying to,
You know?
like what?
So.
I mean,
that's a good point.
I don't know, man. I was.
I think what they need to do if they're going to do this, because I think they should do this, to be honest. I think this is a story
I mean, it's a good
wanna
idea.
see.
It's a good story. Good
Why do I
idea.
have to see it at the same time as House?
That's
of
what I'm
Dragon?
saying, though, is I think they need to make House of the Dragon
Pump
an
the brakes.
anthology series. Once this part of it's over, you go back and do that. And I hope that that's what they do. They famously canceled that other spinoff, The Long Night. They spent $175 million on it, and they didn't like it. So, like we've said, HBO is all about quality. I don't think they're going to push forward with this if it's not good, and it's still in very early stages. And the Jon Snow thing, I think the Jon Snow thing can exist adjacent to House of the Dragon because they're so different.
Yeah.
If they do release those at like both ends of the year,
I guess.
I think that could work. This is different because it's Targaryen stuff, so I don't know.
I think there is something to be said. What would be really interesting? Because sometimes they want to do things because of the actor too, right? So even though these stories take place all across these different universes and everything, actors still are growing up. They're getting older. Like we only have so many more years of Henry Cavill as available for roles like a Superman.
Yep.
Before he's like a decrepit old, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Right.
Henry Cavill in his 60s Could be, Henry Cavill in his 60s could still be a good James Bond, in my opinion. Because
they want to go just total other way, just really old. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, like, someone who looks like that is not going to look 60 in their 60s. But he can't. But a 60-year-old can't play Superman.
Like Pierce Brosnan now could still be James
100%.
Bond.
Idris Elba's like, what, 50-something?
Right. Yeah.
Idris
Still
Elba.
looks great.
Dude.
Yeah.
He still looks great.
Luther.
So good. My point, though, is that, like, you don't have... So with the Jon Snow thing, it would be very interesting, wouldn't it, if they spent the money, they filmed the show now, but then
That'd be
didn't
cool.
release it for, like, a decade.
They never do that, but that'd be fucking awesome.
So dope.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So dope.
'Cause
You
now
could
he's
never, like,
younger.
keep people, like, NDAs out the ass, right? Like, you could never get people to not
Yeah,
talk
it would
about
never
it.
Someone
happen.
would see it. Yeah.
But it would be so cool if you could do something like that.
That would be cool.
I like that.
Archive
I
it.
don't know. I don't know. I
like
just
a
I think it's
Kanye
too
album.
much. Personally, I think it's too many things
I
going
agree.
on at once.
Yeah.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Just ride the wave would be my advice.
I totally agree. And obviously, very early stages, so this might not even happen. We'll see.
knows?
But here's what something else is happening at HBO.
Oh.
Harry Potter, Matt, they're rebooting it.
Oh.
They're rebooting Harry Potter as a show, as an HBO series.
How about that?
Each season is going to follow a book. So 7 seasons we're looking at, or 6 books.
It's weird. I feel like I already, watched 7 movies about the
Yeah,
books.
right.
I don't know.
And
weird.
Some of them
J.K.
multiple hours long.
Yes.
Weird how that works.
J.K. Rowling is going to be a part of it. She will not be the showrunner, though, but she will be involved. Listen, I think this was inevitable. However, I think it's way too soon. I think the movies themselves, the first one came out like 22 years ago. They're still in the cultural like zeitgeist. Like everyone talks about those. They're on TV all the time. They're on HBO. We just had the anniversary special. To me, this is something that's like 10 or 20 years too early. Obviously, they're going to end up rebooting it at some point, but I don't know. This seems quick. What do you think of this, Matt?
I mean, dude, they just beat the piss out of fucking everything
man.
nowadays. I mean,
It's
Jesus.
crazy.
It is crazy.
Who's making this? Not to interrupt him.
HBO.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, well, HBO gives me, you know what I mean? We're big fans. So HBO gives me hope.
Yeah.
I guess it is. I mean, when was Hallows Part 2? Like 2011, 2012?
Yeah, 2011.
So it's been like 10 or 11 years. I don't know. For me, do we know anything about the story?
No, it's going to be like the books. They're
Is it following
redoing.
Harry, though?
Yeah, they're redoing the book.
You're shitting me.
No, yeah, they're redoing the
So
movies
it's
as
going
a
to be
show.
a new Harry Potter.
No. It's what we saw in the movies as
Different.
a show.
What he's asking is it Daniel Radcliffe?
Oh, no.
It can't be,
New
right? Because he was
cast,
11 when they started the movies.
Yeah.
So we know everything that happened.
Yeah, so it's going to be season 1 is going to be Sorcerer's Stone. Season 2 is going to be Chamber of Secret. They're
That's the stupidest shit I've ever fucking heard.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. So every season, they're going to do 7 seasons of movies we've already seen. We
Yes.
already know everything
That were already
happens.
done well.
That everyone already... Whoever plays Harry's fucked. They're going to hate him. Like, they're going to hate Dumbledore.
Even that.
You're ruining people's career
This is
before
a
you even
terrible
audition
idea.
Robbie
anybody.
Coltrane just passed away.
There's
You
no
think
way.
anyone's
dude,
going
don't
to buy
say
a
it.
new
I know,
Hagrid?
I
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is... Something's got to change.
Do a prequel series
this is-
with fucking
that's
Sirius Black and
this is
something.
not gonna
like,
work out.
why are you doing this?
No, this is... I don't know.
This, I don't know.
If that's the case, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you give a shit?
I
No,
personally
because
don't.
those movies are so like
But I'm
close to me that I'm gonna stick with the movies.
So, like,
I'm dead
do you
inside.
care about the story of Hufflepuff? Do you care about the story of Slytherin?
Like Ravenclaw.
What do you mean?
I don't give a shit.
What I'm saying is, even if it wasn't following the books and they gave us prequels about that universe,
I'd be invested.
I more so than this,
Oh yeah.
but less so overall. I don't need it. Harry Potter is about Harry Potter. So why the fuck are you remaking Harry Potter when we have Harry Potter? Daniel Radcliffe is a it's almost biblical, the story. I mean, it is biblical
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's about the
Sure.
the chosen one, whatever, right? But it's I don't care. I get all I need out of Harry Potter from watching Harry Potter. Why do we need to go back? Why the
Well,
reprise?
I get that, but I mean, it's business, and this is a huge IP, and they're gonna
Listen
make
to this
stuff.
one now. He's playing the neck card. I
Well,
know it's business. I'm trying to be like on the RJ team for once. I'm saying we don't
I'm
need
against this too, but I think if I'm an HBO executive, you have to make something Harry Potter.
See, this is the thing that drives me absolutely up a wall, and
Yeah.
why we're sitting in this building in Massachusetts as opposed to in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because if they were smart, they would go back back in the back closet where they have rooms full of scripts that have never been touched before because they're not known names of writers.
Yeah.
And they'd pull some original shit out of there and they'd make that instead of trying to reprise all this shit.
And then it would make no money.
Why do you say that?
Because the whole culture is screwed up right now. I think.
I don't think so, man. I think that original right now, dude, look at the success of YouTube and TikTok and all this because people don't want to watch mainstream bullshit. They want to watch original new content.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Dude, it's the only reason that
my thing is if it made money, they'd be doing it.
I mean, it's just going to make a ton of money. It'll be extremely popular.
Or it's going to be a big fucking flop.
But, like, I don't know, man. For me, it is like, I feel like Harry Potter. There's like a sentimental, like, special feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't want to ruin it. I don't know. I also feel like it lends better as movies. You know,
I think it might be a generational thing, too.
You know, I don't know.
They're probably
man.
trying to,
but, like, we're not even that old yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we
Prince of
grew up
Darkness.
with those movies.
Okay.
And, well, I'm just saying, but I feel like
that's how you know you're old, by the way, when you say I'm not old.
It's cliche.
Right. The kids at school call me old today.
No, but
it's fucked up, man.
But like the first movie came out right around when we were born. You know what I'm saying? So like
I was 5. Fuck off.
Yeah. But it's cliche to say, but I feel like those movies really do have like this magic feel to them.
Oh, they do.
When you watch them, which is not easy to replicate. You know?
True, but I guess it's like you always talk about how you guys grew up on the prequels of Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and I kind of did too, but what I'm saying is like the original trilogy is what parents took their kids to see.
Right.
I'm weirded out, dude. I'm weirded out by the idea of it being a series. Like when I think of a book adaptation being into a series, if they don't start them off that way, it really
how do you go back?
It fucks with my head a little bit. Harry Potter, you know, Sorcerer's Stone, it's the first book, the first movie, and so on.
They're very by the book.
Which is why I don't know, like, what else could they add?
Later.
What else could they add to the series?
Right, they're going to have to start adding shit that's not even in the book.
I do have a pitch. I think there's one way they could say this.
Oh, boy.
Now, let's say they do like a rated R Harry Potter series.
Okay.
I'm talking like The Boys, but like
I'm talking
like Hogwarts,
but like in the wizarding world.
Yeah.
Like you open the corridor, you got wizards doing freaky things only wizards can do.
You know
what I mean?
How success, especially
It'd be
since
fucking
HBO.
awesome, dude.
See, dude,
No, there you
that
go.
would be so
HBO.
Just make like a wizard show that's like,
Dude, Hagrid, you watch Hagrid get down?
Yeah.
So this, maybe not Hagrid necessarily.
What's he got underneath that beard, you know?
Yeah.
What's he hiding?
I don't know if I want to know.
Or Dumbledore, the Phoenix Rising.
There you
right?
go.
Yeah, Dumbledore.
I mean,
and
McGonagall. There's always something going on there.
McGonagall. See, this would be a cool story, and I guess they tried to do it kind of sort of with Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
But if they made a Dumbledore series that was only about him, or McGonagall series,
Amen.
bro,
Give one of them.
I'd be invested in that. I don't want to replace Daniel Radcliffe.
That's a great point. But they won't do that because they ruined the movies already with those. But if they had done that originally,
because they tried to tie in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you, but I think the reason that those got ruined was because they tried to tie in so many storylines. The reason Harry Potter works is because it's not about Hogwarts, it's about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So make a series, if you're going to make a series, about young McGonagall.
Oh, I agree. No, but I think but then you sprinkle in those moments where it leads up to Voldemort killing Harry's parents. You know, like
sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff,
whatever it is. And then you end with because Maggie Smith's getting up there, huh? Holy crap, what is she, like 98?
I don't know.
104?
She looks
awesome
the same,
actress,
yeah.
though. Yeah, she's looked the same for the past 40 years. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I'm very skeptical, to put it in summary. But
yeah, man.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Well, let's get into some trailers we had here. Secret Invasion is the upcoming MCU show starring Sam L. Jackson, the GOAT, as Nick Fury. We haven't seen him in a while as Nick Fury, but trailer for this came out. We saw a little teaser a while back, but I got to be honest, man, I'm down on the MCU, but this looks good. This is the only thing I'm really excited about right now. It's giving me Winter Soldier vibes, like drama. There's no quippy jokes in the trailer. Amelia Clarke, Olivia Colman, great cast. Ben Mendelsohn's back. Matt, you excited about this?
RJ, I agree with everything you said. This is about the only thing Marvel-related I'm excited for. Ant-Man, missed me with that.
Yep.
I don't even know the next Marvel movie that's come. Oh, Guardians.
Guardians.
All right, well, that
excited.
too. But no, this, because the shows, I'm not going to lie, they started off hot, WandaVision and Loki.
Yep.
Since then, I think they've all kind of blew.
I agree.
I don't think they've been good. this looks good. And you know why? Because it's not your usual, if they stick to, you know, the tone of the trailer and everything, it's not your usual superhero cookie cutter. You know, this looks like gritty. It's just make it gritty. Fucking Sam L. Jackson in the underground of S.H.I.E.L.D., you know, doing the dirty work behind the scenes, making, you know, backdoor deals he maybe shouldn't be doing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It looks good. It looks less superhero-y. More like kind of spy, gritty. Right. And you got fucking Sam L. starring in it. He looks badass with the beard and the fucking eye patch. You get the guy, the alien. What are those? What are they? The
Skrulls.
Yeah, they're kind of cute. I like them.
Yeah, all right. No, I mean, it's Sam L. Jackson. He's a movie star. And to get him to lead a series like this is awesome. Nick, did you watch this trailer at all?
I did watch the trailer.
What do you think?
Matt pulled it in just a little bit close, so it's right in front of you. That's all.
Because obviously you're...
I'm gonna make a TikTok of all the times you've done that, kid. I've done that a lot.
I've done that.
You do it every time, and it makes me very uncomfortable.
My first instinct. That's my first.
That's one word. Well,
that's what I can't stand up. Is what I'm saying.
I know.
Listen, no, I did watch this trailer. I think it's very interesting. I like it because it kind of gives me Batman style vigilante kind of vibes. I don't know anything about. What is it? Secret Invasion?
Yeah,
it's a cool name too.
So is he an alien?
So in the comics, it's like the Skrulls are this alien species that can like turn into people.
Shapeshifters.
So they look shapeshifters.
So he's a regular dude, but he's finding these people that shapeshift.
Yes.
Okay.
He's like befriends them, right? Or something. One of
them.
them.
He's friends with some of them, but then there's like bad ones.
Evil ones.
Okay. Yeah. So he is like so he himself doesn't necessarily have superpowers.
No, Nick Fury's human.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's sick, and that is definitely something that I would indulge in. I did watch the trailer. Anything Samuel, I've never seen a Samuel Jackson movie or trailer or series or anything where I've been like, ugh, what a piece of shit.
Right.
The guy's a genius. I mean, he's so good.
He is.
English. Do you speak it? Dude, he's so good. He's so good.
I mean, I'm all in. Nick Fury's been the constant since like 2008.
Oh, dude.
We saw him in the first Iron Man, so it's great. This seems like it could be maybe a send-off for his character because he's been doing it for a while.
He loves the character, too, he said.
Yeah, and we haven't seen him since like Captain Marvel or whatever.
It's been a bit.
So I'm pumped for this. It's giving me some hope at least. Seems like the quality's definitely better than what we got recently. But another trailer we got here, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Close.
The first one was Into the Spider-Verse. But
we're going back and across.
Yeah, we got another trailer for this one, a little more detailed this time. We got another more deeper look at Oscar Isaac's Spider-Man 2099. We got to see a lot of other Spider-Mans too. Looks like there's going to be some cameos. We even got a Spider-Man. We even got a reference to Tom Holland in Doctor Strange's Spider-Man. Yeah. So I wonder if we're going to see a little crossover there at any point. I mean, Matt, you haven't seen the first one still, but you seem to be more excited about this.
Well, dude, the first one, you know, I was a little skeptical just because I animated, you know.
But agreed.
But after seeing Kid Cudi's Intergalactic, which is a great project if, you know, people haven't seen it, dude, I'm in on this. Also because, like, I feel like the first one everyone loved. It was so iconic. You had the Sunflower song. Like, I feel like everyone heard about it. And this one, dude, just seeing the fucking trailers, it feels like I'm watching a comic book.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it feels like if you could, like, view a comic book.
Flipping the pages.
Dude, it's fucking, it looks sick. Like, I might just watch it just how it looks.
No, it's definitely.
It looks so cool. I feel like the soundtrack's going to be cool, too. They have a lot of great voice actors. And I like, you know, the kind of teenage love story, him and Gwen Stacy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good coming of age. Yeah.
And it looks like a cool, like, summer, you know, film. I like to do it in June. RJ, I'm interested because you saw the first one.
Yeah.
How excited are you for this
one? I'm pretty excited.
Okay.
I mean, that first one, I didn't know what to expect going into it. A lot of people were skeptical. The animation, I think, to some people it was a little weird because it is when you watch it, it takes your eyes a minute to get used to. But like you said, like the talent involved with it, all the voice actors are great. The animation's really cool. It seems like they're just expanding the story even more, bringing all these Spider-Men in. So I'm in for this. I'm excited. I'll be there.
I think I'll go with you.
Yeah, I'm excited to see because it is a good story though, apart from the animation too.
We're gonna bring Sam for this one.
Yeah,
too.
Sam will
he'd
like
want
it.
to see this.
Yeah. Sam, Nick, you had some thoughts about this.
I like the trailer a lot. Now, is the big buff one in the trailer where he says, goes, you have a kid. Is that Toby? Toby's voice I heard?
No. Wait, which one?
The evil one.
You have
the bad one is Oscar Isaac's Spider-Man 2029.
No. No, there's a guy who's like kind of buff.
Peter Parker.
With the kid?
Peter Parker, yeah.
Yeah, it's not Toby's Peter. It's like a different one, yeah.
Oh, sounds like Toby.
But I'm sure they'll make a cameo.
Anyway, I was weirded out by the initial into the what is it?
Across the Spider-Verse.
The first one.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse. I was weirded out by the animation because it's very glitchy looking.
Yes.
It's a very new style of animation, and it was jarring. But I watched this trailer, man, and there's something about it. Like I genuinely enjoyed it. I thought it was all right.
Guillermo del Toro was praising it because he's a big advocate of animation.
Can I say too? Like I haven't
Love
seen
a good Guillermo line. Go ahead.
I haven't seen the first movie, or obviously this one yet hasn't come out.
Yeah,
but I can just tell from the trailer. I feel like there's going to be a lot of heart in this
there
movie.
Is.
You know what I
mean?
mean?
The scene with the parents.
Like I can already tell.
When he said he's getting a lower grade in Spanish than in English or whatever, and the parents are like, "Yo, what?" Like, I love that.
Like this is
going to
be a cool movie, like kids can go see for Spider-Man. But 100%. I feel like older like parents could also see and like get something out of it. You know what I mean?
Right. No, you're catering to both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like fucking just I don't know, visually, I feel like it's gonna be fucking incredible.
Yeah. But Jake Johnson voices that Spider-Man.
That's the guy's name we can never get.
New Girl. I always forget.
Oh, that one. Okay, I like him too.
He's great.
Yeah. No, it's
funny.
It looks cool. I think honest to God, I think I get into it a little bit more because of the heart aspect of it. I think that's what draws me in. Some of these movies, it's so fake, especially with some, not all, some of these superhero films. I can't stand when it's always all about. This is why I'm not a fan of the Bourne movies, because there's really no substance there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
The guy doesn't know his name, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He kills a bunch of people, movie over. And a lot of these superhero movies end up kind of tending to be like that. But Spider-Man specifically and Batman.
They always,
I like the stories, man. I like the backstories from before they were.
Because they feel like people.
That's why I like them.
And, well, James Gunn had an interview the other day, and he talked about, they asked him about superhero fatigue. And he said a great thing. He said it has nothing to do with them being superhero movies. It has everything to do with the story. And if you can't connect with the characters, then them just punching each other, doing stuff, you're going to get bored of it.
Agreed.
Yeah. That's what he said. I can't agree more.
They're getting lazy.
Exactly.
Since because they were so successful, I feel like they can just, shove out whatever they want to, cookie cutter formula, and then they get lazy.
Make a Harry Potter series, 16 Game of Thrones. What do you do?
You know?
And they didn't rush this movie. It's been a while since the first one's taken them.
The first one came out, I think, right after freshman year of college for us.
Yeah.
So it's been like 4 years.
This animation, I can't imagine how long it takes to do, but I'm pumped. I'm sure we'll be reviewing it soon enough. So we'll talk about it. All right, last trailer. Big trailer. Barbie.
Didn't we have another one?
Yeah, I cut Blue Beetle out.
Oh, I liked that. Okay.
You want to talk Blue Beetle?
No, it's all right. Barbie, go ahead.
I wasn't too impressed. I like George Lopez. That's about it.
I saved. I have the reason this is over to the side like this is because I saved the second.
He already knows.
Oh,
I guess.
I know. I do. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a big reveal.
Dua Lipa joins the cast of Barbie. With blue hair. What do you think of the blue hair?
I mean, she looks fucking incredible. Yeah. She can do whatever she wants, dude. I was at work today.
Yeah.
I literally just got my Dunkin' Donuts, just walked into work, and as I do, I go on Instagram because none of the kids show up till 9 o'clock anyway. And the first thing I see is Dua Lipa posted the Barbie trailer.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then I go on her Instagram, and she posted that poster. And my first thought is she looks fucking incredible.
Right.
Look, she's got abs there. She looks great.
Yeah. Great shape.
She kills the blue hair. Like she's fucking 10 with that. She can do. Dua Lipa is one of those people. She can do anything, any style, and she'll be a 10. She's just you talk about a natural beauty. That's Dua Lipa,
right?
She's British. I mean, I'm so. I mean, I was initially like excited.
Yeah.
I was like Barbie. I kind of like it. The colors. I'm a big color guy. It looks very colorful.
Yeah. Colors are good.
I mean, they get Dua Lipa. They got this fan.
You got your 1-2 punch there, Margot Robbie and Dua Lipa.
I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just push those.
Add Ryan
to the
Gosling
edge and
in there too. You got a good threesome.
We should make a Matt Bourne, Margot Robbie, Dua Lipa. You got to save them from a person who stole them. Or something.
Going to Barbie land.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you could play Ken.
Yeah,
he'd be a good Ken.
But so Dua Lipa aside, we got a little more of an idea about what this story's about. It's still a little vague, but
she should be Barbie. Jeez.
It seems like she lives in some Barbie world, and then it seems
she's
like
a Barbie girl.
Yeah,
Barbie
her
world.
and Ken, played by Ryan Gosling, are going to go into the real world, maybe.
Well,
or
you know
something.
what they say, RJ, life in plastic. It's fantastic.
Right. But what do you think of
Come
this?
on,
We have
Barbie.
multiple
Let's go, Barbie.
Kens, multiple Barbies. Do you think it was funny, charming?
Like Michael Cera.
Are you asking me? Are you asking
Yeah,
me?
like what do you think this movie?
I could go off.
Okay, go on.
I was so skeptical.
Yeah.
Now, I love to laugh.
Mhm.
I love every emotion there is.
Laughing's good.
I do everything
Laughing
at
is
level 11.
Yeah.
No, seriously, if there's a sad movie, I want to cry. Give me the box of tissues. I want to sit there. I'll send you the thing, dude.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm
I'll
just making
send you
sure.
the
I'm
thing.
just
got it
making sure.
saved. I'll give you an
I'm just
HD
making
image.
sure. I'm
Yeah,
just
what?
making
Yeah.
sure. Just making sure.
Like,
Just making sure.
it's so mental.
No, I
He's
just-
so mental.
Oh, this is great.
Oh my god!
Little Barbie.
I hope we meet her someday. We can get you an autograph or something,
Dude, I'm
I
the
would
biggest
love-
fan.
He
dude.
wants more than an autograph.
I went to
bet,
Chicago.
Well, let's stay with him. What we can get him.
How
I
you
went to
doing?
Chicago day of.
Oh.
Dude. I didn't have a place to stay, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't have
Easy
a
with the
fucking
hands
flight.
there. Yeah, right.
I was there for 12 hours just to see her.
Hey,
Just for the
Billboard,
people
Dua
viewing
Lipa
at
wanna
home.
Come on.
For people
Dude.
viewing at home, that's his wallet right there
Dude,
in the pocket.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I'm kidding. No, dude. Oh, dude, I heard it. Sorry. I read it. I was reading articles at work, and the rumor is
She has a
not only
song?
is she in the movie, she did a song for
That's
the movie.
great.
So, dude, imagine fucking now it's I
You
mean,
gotta go.
I mean, imagine just fucking Margot Robbie and fucking Gosling.
But
They're going through Barbie Land, and yet DeWitt playing
Oppenheimer comes out the same weekend.
Yeah, we're going to see Oppenheimer.
Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah. Amen.
Friday, Saturday.
Amen.
We'll be both
But-
nights.
Yeah.
It'll be like my movie. I'll talk about that after. But
Yeah.
get a movie idea.
Well,
but.
did you like the trailer? Do we think
Pull
this is going to
that
be a good
mic
movie?
closer so it's facing you. If you're gonna move the stand, move the stand. But I just want it to be
There we
facing
go.
your mouth so we can hear you.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Sorry.
If you're presenting something to me as a comedy though,
Mm-hmm.
I do set a high standard because I don't like
Sure.
stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I genuinely laughed
I chuckled. Yeah.
like multiple times.
The best one
multiple times.
was when Ryan Gosling was
I
like,
was
I
going
wanna
right
stay,
there.
I want to stay over tonight.
He goes and do what?
It's like,
Because
I
honestly, I
don't
have
know.
no idea.
I love Gosling's so good with that deadpan
He's
humor.
good. He's low key
Yeah.
funny.
Dude, this is gonna be.
You think so?
I think it's either gonna be really good or like just so horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
Like it can't be one or the other. I thought originally maybe it was like gonna be a kids movie or something, but
oh, yeah.
it's not. It's not.
Which is weird because you'd think they want to market it to kids, but
I was going to say the rating on this would be really interesting if they
Yeah.
go PG or PG-13.
right.
I love it. I like the Asian Ken too. I thought he was great. He's
Oh yeah,
he's
Simon Liu, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, he's
Dude.
great.
so funny.
And how about Michael Cera?
Michael Cera, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was
That's
funny.
so good.
Yeah.
This one, I love Michael Cera too, and I
That was
love I
fun.
love him in Superbad. I like that sense of
Will
humor.
Ferrell's in it.
Oh yeah, Will Ferrell too. I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't play a Ken.
He
though.
looks like he's gonna play like the
Business
board of like the company that makes the toys type of thing. That's where I think this is going.
the Barbie. I'm a Barbie girl song or
Mm-hmm.
whatever is the whole beginning of that trailer where it says "Hi Barbie, hi Ken." Like that's
Yeah,
it's
Want
so,
to ride?
dude. So
Well, I kind of
it,
love.
I can't. It just makes me smile, man. Like
no,
I
I
think
love
it's
that
hilarious.
they're like toys and they don't understand.
but like,
things.
are they?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. I still don't know.
like
But
what is
I'm
this,
in. I'm
dude?
in.
I'm so in,
I'm
and I
I
so
have
ready.
to see it.
I think I'm in also from that like Toy Story part of my brain that's like okay with toys coming to life
Yeah,
and like
yeah, yeah.
having that weird thing. I don't know. It's weird. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be fucking hilarious.
I
though.
just can't wait to watch Cillian Murphy build an atomic bomb and then go see Barbie the next day.
It's going to be a great weekend.
Sounds good to
and
me.
you know what though? That's a great like
a good
example
weekend.
of like why we love this industry.
Oh right,
Yeah.
Like
two
that's
polar
what makes
opposites.
it makes it so great, dude.
Yeah.
You know? Oof.
It's gonna be a good year for movies. It's off to a good
Dude,
start.
Surprisingly, 'cause
my
we've-
wallet's going to take a
yeah,
That's okay, though. That's
you might
all
have
right.
to join the AMC list, Matt.
Dude, I've thought about it.
Yeah,
It's surprising though, because I feel like we've had a lot of shit recently. You
no,
know?
but this has been a good year so far.
it has.
I'm excited. And we
Yes.
got Mario next.
Mushroom
What's up
Kingdom.
next? All right, so Mandalorian. We've been watching it for better or for worse, but we're talking about episode 5. But I'm also going to talk about episode 6 because I did watch it today, and there's not much to spoil. But episode 5, I think, was the best episode of the season. That's not saying much.
Nope.
But summarize it: Grief Karga on Navarro. Pirates come back. They attack the planet. Mando and Bo-Katan save the day. We do get a little bit of a setup there at the end. We finally get an idea of where this season's going. Bo-Katan is going to try to reclaim Mandalore and all her Mandalorian buddies that left her. Some cool cameos in this. In that second picture there, we see Zeb from Rebels, who you don't know, obviously. You haven't seen Rebels,
No
but
idea.
Sam, shout out Sam. You know Zeb. Cool cameo, but we're worried about the story here. And Matt, I said this last week, 5 episodes in, we finally get an idea of what they're doing. What'd you think of this?
I didn't see episode 6.
Yeah, I'll talk about it in a minute. Yeah.
Episode 5, I mean, you're right. I think it was the best episode of the series. Like you said, exactly. That's not saying much.
Yep.
It took them that long to kind of get an idea where they wanted to go with the story. I will say, just that episode alone, it's always cool when you get all the Mandalorians in a big fight scene together. Because it's just cool. Because it's just a bunch of fucking guys in jetpacks and fucking pistols just shooting everyone, the ship. So that was really cool. I feel like in season 1, that was like the first really, really good episode of season 1. Like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
All the Mandalorians came together in a big fight scene versus Grief Karga. So they kind of recreated that in a different sense. Yep. Which was really cool. I don't know though. As a whole, like you said, I haven't been impressed, but that episode was fairly interesting. Yeah, so it ends with Bo-Katan going off. So then I watched episode 6 this morning, and it starts. Bo-Katan and Mando are going off to those Mandalorians she was with originally. Sure. Sasha Banks. Is Sasha Banks back? She is back. Okay, all right, I'll watch it. So they end up at this planet where they're staying, right? She's great. They walk in, and they meet the king and the queen, Matt. The king and the queen of this planet. Take a wild guess who the king and the queen of this planet is. Actors. Oh, Jesus. I got nothing. Jack Black and Lizzo. Jeez. Jack Black and Lizzo. You lost me there. What are they eating in that fucking planet? KFC, fucking Popeyes every fucking day. IHOP. I mean, jeez. Listen, man. I love Jack Black. Some people don't belong in Star Wars. Dude, they need treadmills on that planet, huh? Jeez. Yeah, I mean, no, but this whole episode felt like an SNL skit. Yeah. It just felt so out of place. Lizzo, has a significant role in it, and I'm like, what are we doing? This is like Megan Thee Stallion and She-Hulk. That's no good. They're just making a joke of this. Well, you know what that is? That's just, you know what that is? They did that, so the next day on Twitter, they get it. They get it's like Lizzo and Star Wars. They get trending hashtag Lizzo. Then everyone goes, sees Lizzo. Yeah. Then it's like, oh, she's in Mandalorian. Now I got to go watch it. Even if just to watch it, just to hate on it. Yeah. Just to get, it was fucking the wrong reason to do it, which is fucking stupid because they didn't do that in the first 2 seasons. So. Yeah. And then they get to this planet. There's some droid malfunction, stupid little task again. And the guy running the droids is fucking Doc from Back to the Future. No way. I swear to God. That's awesome. He's still alive? Yeah. Jeez. They threw everything out the window in this one. But I don't know, man. It's just annoying because the same thing happens in this episode. You get a meaningless little plot they do. Mm-hmm. Then the last 30 seconds, they push the plot forward. You know what I'm saying? And it's just I don't know. This is frustrating me. Yeah, I'm out. The only thing keeping me in is Andor. I'm excited for Andor, and that's about it. I'm going to finish the season, and I might be out on Mando. It's not, I mean, they have, 2 episodes left, maybe? Yeah. Dude, season 1 to me was awesome. Mm-hmm. Season 2 was a good sequel, worthy. This is, I don't know, man. I've maybe enjoyed 2 out of 5, and that's maybe. Right. Really, probably 1 out of 5. Yeah. So that's not a good ratio. Yeah, I mean, this season to me feels like Jon Favreau sat down for an afternoon for 4 hours and wrote the episodes that banged him out. It probably sounds like fucking Disney shut down whatever he wanted to do or forced him to do something. Right. He goes, what, we'll just get this done, bang, 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 whatever. Yeah, let's throw Lizzo in there. Yeah. That's the thing that frustrates me is you watch this and the story shit, the dialogue shit, and it just seems like the people who made this were just let's have our friend Jack Black and Lizzo have a cameo. And that's what they're more excited about than the actual story. Yeah, I mean, Jack Black is playing Bowser. I'm pumped. I can't wait to hear him. He's going to be great as Bowser. Yeah, but I don't think he should be in Star Wars. He's Bowser. But I don't know. That's it, guys. Comment below if you want us to keep talking about The Mandalorian because, obviously we hope it gets better, but right now we're not at a good pace. Yeah, let us know, Sam and Damon talk. Yeah, let's see. We'll see it. But, yeah, that'll do it for this part of the show. We're going to review Succession now, Nick and I, and Matt's going to head out, so say bye to Matt. That's it. All right. Bye, God Matt. Bless. God bless. All right, everybody. It's Succession time, episode 2 of season 4. We loved the premiere last week. I hope you guys liked it, too. And obviously, it was a great start to the season. It ended on a big little cliffhanger there with the new Gen Roys, Kendall, Roman, and Shiv, putting in a $10 billion offer for PGM. And really, they thought they screwed over Logan, but we're going to see that they may not have been successful at that. And
he says at the end of that episode, "Congrats on saying the biggest fucking number."
Yep.
What does he say? You idiots! He threw something in there.
Oh, he calls them everything.
Yeah,
6 ways
everything
from
in the
Sunday.
book. But so this one kicks off, and we start on Logan. And the last episode actually did end with him watching ATN, so you get a little tease of that he's going to be critical of.
So not to continue on with the review from the first episode, but in the first episode at his birthday, right? Greg has a little moment with the girl that he brings.
Yes.
And we touched on it briefly. And Tom says to Greg, he watches the cameras back every night.
Yeah.
And at the end of the thing, he says, I watch every night. Every night I'm watching. And he means the news network.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things where like Shiv in this episode during his birthday or during when they go out with Connor, right? Logan shows up and Shiv kind of throws back at him like you're exactly what I said last week, which was he creates the chaos, right? He makes everything and then he swoops in and says, "I'm right" at the end.
Yeah.
But it's always been his working from the beginning.
100%.
And I just thought that was very interesting, that he's always kind of watching everything, even if it's from afar.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, yeah. So this episode picks off. Logan goes to ATN. They take him over. It's a surprise visit. They establish that he's really not there a lot. We really haven't seen him there on the floor of ATN before. It throws Tom and Greg off guard. They had that great little back and forth there, joking around.
He calls the employees clock watchers, which I love.
Yeah, and Greg's like, it's like you're watching Jaws if Jaws was your boss.
Yeah,
you know,
as if everybody worked for Jaws.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Brian Cox, what a speech! That performance there when he riles everyone up at ATN there, it was awesome.
So I had a question for you, real quick, and I'll go back to the last slide. But did this give you vibes of this?
A little bit. I got a little Hitler in there too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I think you're supposed to.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yeah,
I think it's supposed to be that.
Yep.
But this is from a cinematic
I'm not
universe.
Fucking leaving. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
I fucking love this
I was
place.
in. Yeah.
Dude, I was like, I'll work at ATN.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I don't even know what they talk about. I'll work at ATN.
Well, I think it's great because it shows like from the perspective. You don't see the perspective of like those workers a lot and how they view Logan.
Oh yeah,
you know
everything's about the family.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool to get like that manipulation factor in.
Well, and so there was a weird moment there right before he kind of kicks off his speech.
Yep.
He asks the guy, what is it? Is 45 is 45 equal to 15 or something like that, right? And I just, oh man, it's so good. He's like, what would you do? You work at a big corporate office, and then not like your boss, right? Because in a situation like that, the people at the computers, they all have like a manager, and then those managers have a manager. This is the owner of the company.
Right.
This is the name on the door that walks in. And to him, you're just a number. He doesn't know anybody's name.
Oh,
in there,
100%.
You know?
Well, it's, yeah.
Go what?
Well, I was just going to say, it's like when he's behind the guy with Tom, and he looks at the computer, he's like, one email.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just great. Yeah.
But it's true. And then we talked last week about his origin and how he had to, like, you know, pull himself up by the bootstraps and really work hard. Like, if you think about it, I mean, listen, you're never going to ever have a company with that many employees where the lowest rung of the ladder looks at things the way that you do, right? Yeah. This is your baby. I tell you this all the time. Like way back when we were shooting Cadillac and everything, right? No one, it's not a personal thing, but nobody who's on the Cadillac set cares as much about Cadillac as you.
Yeah,
it's
right.
your baby. So, like, you have to care.
Yeah.
You know? He gives a shit. And in order sometimes to get people to give a shit, you kind of have to rally the troops a little bit like 100%. He did in this speech. I didn't know where he was going with the speech in the beginning, but by the end of it, I was like, I'll work there.
Yeah, no,
like,
yeah, seriously. It was good, great performance there. So we get that, obviously. I think it further proves that Tom is not in a position to be the CEO. He really can't even handle ATN, it seems like. You know, he's getting pushed around in a lot of different directions there.
Yeah, to Greg's benefit, I'll say in a minute.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the other thing that comes into factor with this is obviously Logan's, what is she?
I was just about to go into this with you. Yeah.
I guess it's his assistant that he's also banging.
Right, and she says in the end of episode 1, or somewhere in episode 1, she says, Marsha's shopping in Italy or whatever it is forever. She's not coming back.
Right.
And
so
and it's never really kind of disclosed that she's like that. I thought it was a new assistant.
Yeah,
you know, because in the first like 3 seasons, he has this like chick running around with.
Well, she's in season 3.
toward the end, like not.
Yeah,
as a
she
main,
becomes more prominent in season 3
as the show
Yes,
continues.
Yeah.
Now she's the main chick,
Yeah.
and I think it's very interesting that Marsh, like there's no divorce or anything.
No.
Marsh is just.
Well, he at the end when he goes to the wedding, he's like, "We need to be back together for the press. You know, they need to see me with my wife. You know, it's all about the publicity of it."
Oh,
yeah.
right.
You know,
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah. So, but Marsha's definitely out. You know, she's just doing that for the money or whatever.
Which, how crazy is it that season 1, she was going to potentially be the one that ruins everything.
Right. Yeah. So, but obviously here we have his assistant. I forget her name. Is it Kelly?
Carrie, something like that?
Yeah, Carrie. She clearly wants to be an anchor at ATN, and they do a test run with her on camera, and everyone's making fun of it. And Logan, too, sees it. And you have that great scene when he's ranting about the pizza, and Greg's just like...
He goes, Greg, fuck off.
He's like, the sogginess.
Yeah,
he's right.
There's a
he's
sog,
right,
there's
though.
a sog,
yeah,
sog factor.
Sog factor. But then so then Logan, you know, slyly tells Tom, like, handle this. I don't want to be the one to tell her that she can't be an anchor. You need to do it. He passes it on to Greg, and it's just this whole thing.
So I think just on this, I'm not shitting on anybody younger than me, and I'm not so great, but I'm just saying there is definitely a little bit of a, like, Greg represents that Gen Z kind of young, new class of people, you know? And there is a little bit of a vibe in the world right now of, like, I don't like my job, and if I don't like it, I'm not even going to give 2 weeks. I'm just going to quit and not come back.
Yeah.
And not everybody, but that is the general vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. And even though Tom is a giant wimp when it comes to doing this stuff, it's to Greg's benefit because now Greg has fired somebody, and he's what, 25? You know, like if you look at him, season 1, episode 1, he is the typical kid. Yeah. Like he doesn't know his ass from his elbow. He doesn't know anything, and now he's gone up the way to fire the boss's girlfriend from being an anchor. Yeah.
Tom puts him in tough positions, but it ends up making him better.
Because he has to do it because Tom won't do it, and he's afraid of Tom.
Yes.
And I feel like we're going to see that dynamic change. We're already seeing it change a little bit, but we're going to see that dynamic shift.
I definitely agree.
I think that Logan has a lot of respect for Greg. We talked about that last episode. And also, I really like I like that Tom initially said that the girlfriend was great. And then when he catches, this is something we got to talk about after with regard to this. When he walks in on the lawyer and Jerry talking about, or they were laughing, and they were going to sit down for the meeting.
With Hugo,
Yeah, Hugo.
Yeah.
And they're both kind of chuckling or whatever, and then he sees it and they minimize it real quick.
He's like, what were you laughing about?
Such an old person thing to do, to not close your tabs before you close the computer.
Yeah.
Like anybody in our generation would have just like hit a couple of buttons.
Right, yeah.
But nope. So I thought that was funny. And I thought that was really good. And no, it's interesting. There were some real moments.
Well, yeah, so let's talk about the other side. So we kind of had these two plot lines split off here, and then they come together at the end. But so then you had Connor's wedding rehearsals going on. Shiv, Roman, and Kendall go over there to see him. When they get there, Willa just leaves. She's clearly flustered, drunk, and stuff. And then Connor has this amazing, like, bit the whole time of him, like, tracking her on his phone. He's like, she's in the East River. Oh, yeah. It's just like...
I think it's funny if you watch this episode, not to cut you off, but I'm just thinking, if you watch this, like, he has the bit on the outside.
Yeah.
There's a lot of underlying pain there.
Oh, 100%.
He's a fantastic actor.
Oh, he's great.
Like, this is really well,
right?
Really well done. And I think that line where he says, like, you have all these different little moments of BS with Connor's character, and the tracking on the phone, I think it's a factory setting. Shiv goes, Roman's like, it's not.
Yeah.
And, you know, all this stuff. And I thought it was very interesting when Connor says to all of them, he goes, listen, when you come from a family that doesn't love you, like, you just kind of learn to live with it.
Right.
And instead of, I thought the reaction to that was very interesting, because if they loved him, I feel like they would have said, what do you mean? Of course we love you.
Yeah.
And it's more like, what?
Right.
That's, what?
Yeah.
Very like, what do you mean we don't love you? And it's a really sad moment it's a sad moment always, but it's really sad when you realize that your family isn't there for you anymore.
Right. And even when they are hanging out with him, getting drinks, they're still talking to Sandy and Stewie about the Gojo deal. Yeah.
It's his wedding that they're talking about. His wife just almost left him at the altar.
Yeah.
And they're talking about, well, can we just do this one little business thing real quick or blah, blah, blah. He's like, I just want my dad at my wedding. And they're like, oh, you just want the money. And I love it because then he goes off.
Yeah, and he's like, he does have those moments, and he had that moment in season 3 at the end when he was like, I'm the eldest child.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. He comes out,
I think they're all have a little bit of what I would call Michael Jackson syndrome. Hear me out. It's that missing out on that childhood kind of aspect.
Yep.
But almost in reverse. Like he's running for president because he has the funds to do it. Mm-hmm. If they came from a poor family and he was the same character, and the parents were still not in his life, and he's still the same type of deal, but no money involved, right? He wouldn't be running for president. He'd be out doing something that would he's trying to get attention from his family.
Right.
That's really what it is. He's doing stuff and they're enabling him to do stuff. But the reality is that he just wants some sort of connection.
Which is funny because then at the end of the episode, he's criticizing the three of them for being like, oh, all you're looking for is love from dad. I want this. You know what I'm saying? But he's kind of doing that too. Running for president, and he's trying to live up to that.
Well, and I think it's more of like a dad, aren't you proud of me? Like, and that's why the episode 1, not to keep going backwards, but there's so much that like every time you watch an episode, the previous episodes make more sense.
Yep.
So like in episode 1, he's the only kid at the birthday party.
Yeah.
He's the only one that shows up there. And Logan even says to him, like, thank God, like, you're my rock. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you're the one. But
it's funny because I think at some point in this show, he said that to every one of the kids, and he says it to them when he knows he's about to lose it. You know what I'm saying? Because every time that they're about to all fuck him over and leave, he pulls Roman in like he did at the end of this episode, and he says, "I want you for ATN." He did it with Shiv in season 2. I want you to.
I need you.
He does it to every one of them. He does it to Kendall after the fuck up. Like he just manipulates them to bring them back in, and it's like this cycle. But now you wonder, are they going to finally learn from this? I mean,
yeah. Well, I think that listen, at the end of the day, you want it's very difficult to understand if you come from a family that is very supporting, very loving, like very, these people that have like family restaurants where it's like the grandfather's in the back making pizza, and the dad's out front at the register and the kids are serving and everybody's happy. Like, yes, there's always bullshit in family business, but I'm saying like, that's not like you're not going to relate to this show the same way.
No.
You know what I mean? This is about a guy who came from nothing, who started a family with multiple wives because he has a thing for women. Like he's got a problem for women.
And they have that great comment, not to go off, but like
go.
We talked about this last week about how they subtly throw in backstory very vaguely. And when they say to Connor about Shiv says, "Oh, like how dad threw your mom away." And they don't say what they mean by that, but you kind of wonder, like, did he throw into like a mental institute? Was she a little like?
Who says that? Who?
Shiv, when she's talking to Connor.
Oh well, yeah,
something about the previous wife who was Connor's mom.
Yes.
You know, that's interesting.
Yeah, again, another moment of like leaving things up to interpretation. Right. But I feel like there's a biological component or a metaphysical component to children wanting the acceptance of their parents. And so that's why Roman keeps going back. I think that on a weird subconscious level, Shiv and Kendall are doing this to Logan as a way, like, if we fuck him over hard enough, he'll see that we're just like him, and then he'll accept us. Like, I feel like it's a very round robin kind of thing. It's all about wanting to be a happy family.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with that on Kendall's side, because since season 1, it's always been about Kendall trying to show that he can be that.
Think about being it's hard for us to do, I'm sure, but think about being the only daughter in a family where there have been 3 and now potentially 4 wives. Your mom gave you up. I saw a great interview with the woman who plays Jerry, and the interviewer asked the actress, whose name escapes me, obviously, because it's me, do you think that in another life, Jerry would have been able to give be Shiv's Tom in the sense that she could have brought her up? And the woman who plays Jerry was like, I don't think so, because Siobhan has such a problem with female authoritative figures because of the way that her mom kind of threw her away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that that's like a very interesting component to Siobhan. It's
a layered show, man.
There's so much to it.
Yeah, there is.
You can't not. I don't know. I love that Roman. I love that Roman always goes back. I relate to that a lot too. I feel like, if I ever get into an argument or a fight with a family member, even if we're mad at each other, we don't talk for years, which rarely, whatever. If I just get a phone call from a family member that's like, hey, I need your help.
Yeah, you're gonna,
I can't say no. They're family. They're blood. And so I totally related to Roman in this episode, who's been talking to Logan.
Oh, that scene's so good.
The whole time.
Kendall's like, it's a little warm. Like, warm? Like, happy birthday, Dad. Take care, Roman.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to say? I hope you fall down a flight of stairs. It's so
Roman
good.
has the best lines, dude.
Oh,
he has the best lines. And the part of the reason that I like Roman so much, too, is because he has no fear. He really has. I mean, he has.
Yeah.
It's all sentimental based, though.
Right.
It's like fear of losing his father, fear of that kind of crap. But when it comes to like the outside world, business, shit like that, Roman's like, fuck him. Like, I'll do it. What's it's money? We'll make more, whatever. He is very like, this is what we're going to do. He has he's starting to finally, after 4 seasons, you're starting to see a lot of his business, like the intellectual businessman come out in him.
Yeah.
So much so that Kendall and Shiv are noticing, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to wonder about him as potentially maybe he actually takes over.
I could see it.
Well, I mean, listen, like now, I mean, my favorite characters, assuming that Roman does stick with Logan going forward, like all my favorite characters are on Logan's side. Greg, Tom, Roman, Kendall, and Shiv.
I've
really,
never liked them.
I've never liked them either.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, I'm rooting for that other side clearly now that Roman's there, or we assume.
Is that their way of underhandedly fucking us over?
Maybe.
That'd be funny.
Maybe.
That'd be funny if Kendall wins everything. I'd be so pissed.
That would, it'd be
I'd be
interesting.
so mad,
I mean,
dude.
I think that's what's so great about the show is I have no idea who he's going to end up with it.
And I'm sure there's people that are the opposite, right? Like, I'm sure there's people out there who think Logan's just a complete asshole, who don't understand him, who think he's like this
listen,
prick.
Logan is a dick in a lot of regards, but I do think at the end of the day...
I think he just wants you to fucking work hard.
I agree with, and he has that old mentality.
What did he say to them in this episode?
He said, "You're not. I love you all, but you're not serious people.
You're not serious people."
Yeah,
that's a huge thing.
Yeah,
that's so important because it shows that you don't have to be the brightest bulb. You don't have to be this like Harvard graduate to be good at business, but you don't even take your own lives seriously. You think everything's a fucking game, and we're only here for 80, 90 years, and we're done. And that's if we're lucky. Right. You know, like you're not serious. And I think one of the biggest points in that is when he takes the helicopter away. And you see this brat mentality come out of all the kids, like except kind of Roman. Roman doesn't really have that, which I admire. Roman's kind of like, well, okay, so we drive.
Yeah, right.
You know, and the other two are like throwing a tantrum that Daddy took the helicopter away.
Right.
And that Logan's like, I just wanted you at my birthday party.
Yeah.
Like you are so like inhuman.
Yeah.
It's
well,
cool.
I mean, to call back to season 1, episode 1, when talking about like you're not serious people, like when Kendall fails at getting that deal with the Asian guy in the first episode, goes to him at the end, and Kendall's like, what do you want me to just like big dick him? This isn't like a big dick game. And Logan just like, that's the thing. It is a big dick game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's how you win.
Right.
Yeah.
It's about street smarts.
Yep.
And
Kendall's reading books and all this shit, but it's all about
and prancing around like he's like all high and mighty, but he doesn't know how to execute it the right way.
Right.
It's like manageritis. They used to, when I was in the car business, they used to call it that. Yeah. So like you do really well at your job or whatever it is, and then you start telling other people what to do, and like they don't listen to you, and you freak out, and you're like, why aren't you listening to me? Well, because you're a child, and because you did well doesn't mean you have any authority over me.
Right.
And I think that's really interesting. I think there's a lot of there's so much pain, man. There's so many levels of like unacknowledged pain in this show that are so good and add so much to characters.
I don't think you have to like any of these characters, but I think each of them has some sort of sympathy you can feel.
Redeemable quality.
Yes.
100%.
And even for Kendall, too.
I think so, too.
Yeah. Because even after he killed
like,
the kid in the first thing, like, he's clearly has issues. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't really have a good support group around him. So
because they only care about themselves.
Right.
You know, they want him. Like, the thing with sobriety that I've learned, and I've had family members who have had to deal with sobriety stuff, and they're all fine. You know, they're dealing with it fine now. But in those moments, like, you can't want someone to get sober for you to feel better about the situation.
They
have to get sober for them to feel better about the situation. You know, because it's like, if you like that's the thing, is everybody wants Kendall to stop doing drugs and stop going crazy to make their own lives easier. They don't give a shit if he's around or not, but they know that when he's on drugs, he's difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and Shiv did not hesitate to write that press release in season 3 about him.
They don't give a fuck. Yeah. They don't care. So it's all about what makes themselves look good. And I think Logan is like, that's just really not how you do it. I loved in episode 1 when Tom's on the phone and they're going back, and I know I was talking about episode 2, but I'm just saying, like, when they're going back and forth about the PGN thing, okay? And he says, Tom says, so do you want me to just, like, they asked us to, like, wait a minute. What do you want me to say? And Logan's like, what do you want me to say? They asked me to wait a minute. So wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? No, we're not going to wait. Like, you know, it's like there's so much of that, like.
Overthinking.
Yeah. So much overthinking. We see it in our industry, in the film industry all the time. You're on set. You don't know how to do it. You go turn the camera on, point it over there.
Yeah.
It's just like, why are we arguing?
Yep.
And it's, I don't know. It's great. Gives me the chills. I can't.
I agree. I mean, it's been great so far. I can't wait for next episode because I think that's going to be Connor's wedding.
I'm like emotional about it. I don't want it to end, but I agree with you. You said this last episode about how ending on a high note is good and all this other stuff, but like I am going to miss these characters.
Oh, 100%.
This is so rewatchable to me.
Yeah. No, I can't wait.
The wedding is next episode apparently.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm pumped for that. The wedding episode's always a hit.
Of course.
Great. Yeah.
Because this is going to be a big shit show.
Oh, yeah. I know.
And we didn't talk about Gojo.
Yeah, so
we should talk a little bit about that. Mattson calls Kendall and is like, stop fucking around. You know what I mean? Because because the
Sandy and Stewie want to ask for more money.
That's
they
what
want
it
to
is.
Bring it to a vote at the board.
And that brings on the not serious people conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
but what's interesting about that I was a little confused about.
Sure.
When he tells Kendall that, why does Kendall suddenly want to ask for more money?
Because they're trying to
because their whole PGM deal is contingent on them getting Gojo.
It's also like, I don't disagree, but it is also all of their money.
Right.
So I feel like there is a sense of, this is risky. They can't really come up with a legitimate company name. They are kind of going with whatever direction the wind blows because they don't know what they're doing. And I think there's a sense of like, will this fuck over Dad even harder if we get him to not be able to sell? Which is, I think, what brings Logan. Because Logan looks at them, I feel, and I could be wrong here because he's always like switching things up.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was a really sincere moment when he's like, we want you to ask for more money, Dad. And he looks at him and he's like, why though?
Yeah.
Like, this is a good deal. Like, what are you doing? You don't even know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're playing a game you don't know how to play.
Yep. They're just going by the numbers. Yeah.
But numbers that they think are right. They don't look at the long term. They don't look at, they don't know what's going on inside Logan's head.
Yeah.
And they haven't been around this block before. Like, this has got to be the highest level transaction any of them have ever even thought about.
Yeah.
Or been next to, let alone a part of.
And it's funny, too, because I feel like every time Kendall gets a step above his dad, somehow his involvement with Stewie always backfires.
Same with Shiv. Same with Shiv and the other guy there, the geriatric wheelchair there.
I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting.
How do you feel about Carrie, or whatever her name is there?
I mean, it's
the
just
assistant. Do you think? I'm asking. Do you think that she'll have more of an influence? She's the one.
Oh, she's already influencing Logan because you see when he goes in and apologizes to them. That was not, in season 1, he's not apologizing at all. He couldn't even say it in the therapist meeting in season 2 when they all do that. But she clearly, because she's watching him, you can see him look at her and she nods. Like, she's controlling him to make him a little more
Do you think it's control, or do you think it's a sense of like, listen?
I think it's guiding.
Yeah, but and it's I
because
might have to bleep this, but it's called power. In my opinion, I call it power of the puss.
Yeah.
Because she's the young thing that he's all obsessed with right now. That's why he's going to like skip her in the line and give her the anchor job.
Yeah.
And he listens to what she says because he's in love with this girl,
But I think she knows too that Logan needs to put on a better face when he's talking to the kids or he'll lose them. Because right after he leaves the karaoke place, he flips out. He's like, we got to go see Mattson. Like, he never shows the kids that side, but internally he is freaking out because they do have some advantage over him.
I think it was legitimately sad for Logan to not have his kids even call him on his birthday.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I agree.
I think that's. I mean, look at the picture of him, dude. He looks horrible. He looks sad.
Yeah.
It's not the same like fierce anger Logan we normally see.
Mm-hmm.
This is totally not related to business at all.
No.
For him, this is so personal right now.
Yeah.
And I think he's sad for his children and because of the way they're acting, but also because when he says you're not serious people, he's like, it almost is like a like I've failed you as a father.
Yeah.
You know? Oh man, it hits so hard.
I think he says that at some point in season 3, you know, that he feels like he's failed, at least to Kendall.
Yeah, maybe,
you know, so
I don't know.
I mean, this next episode is going to be great. We'll get Connor's wedding. We'll get Roman and Logan meeting with Mattson, which will be good. So it's going to be a good time. We'll be reviewing that next week, guys. Comment below what you thought of this week's episode of Succession. But that'll do it for today's episode, guys. We got a big episode next week. As always, Movie Mob drops every Friday at 6 p.m. We got Movie Roulette on Mondays at 12 p.m. Sideline with Matt, Sam, Tyler. That's going to be on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Like, comment, subscribe. Give us your thoughts on everything we talked about today. We had a lot of good topics, so let us know, guys.
And listen on all podcast platforms.
Yes, if you guys want to listen in the car or anything, we're on there. Apple, Spotify, you can find us there. The Movie Mob Podcast. We'll see you next week. How you doing?